Hey guys, Joe Madden here of Pick Dogs. This is Puckin Crazy. It is Friday, April 29th. We have 15 games on the NHL board tonight. Now, a lot of these games are meaningless, but there is still value, and there is some games that mean a lot more to some teams than it does to others. So let's quickly have a look while everyone jumps on the stream here of what happened yesterday. And before you guys go anywhere, Tony Brown will be on the show once I go over everything quickly here. Now, yesterday we saw the Boston Bruins get the nice win over the Buffalo Sabres. We saw the Florida Panthers come out strong against the Ottawa Senators, getting a 3-0 win. We saw the New Jersey Devils lose to the Carolina Hurricanes. The Hurricanes came out with vengeance, getting a 6-3 win. The Columbus Blue Jackets got the win over the Tampa Bay Lightning, winning that 5-2. We saw the New York Islanders win over the Washington Capitals 5-1. In a game, the Washington Capitals really needed that win. Calgary came out against Minnesota, wasn't able to get the win. They lost that one in overtime. The Wild getting a 3-2 win there. The Nashville Predators winning over the Colorado Avalanche in a shootout 5-4. The Edmonton Oilers beating the San Jose Sharks 5-4 in overtime. And the Vancouver Canucks unable to cover that puck line that I thought they were going to, but still did pick up the win over the LA Kings in OT. Kings came out stronger than I did expect in the games yesterday. I want to thank you guys for joining us today. Appreciate you. Happy Friday to you too as well, Thomas. Thank you for being here for Puckin Crazy. So like I said, you guys, 15 games today. Tread lightly in the NHL. We will be breaking down all of these games, giving you my free pick. I'll tell you the games that I just don't think you should bet today, because really you could bet them. If you really need action in them, I'll give you that free play, but I don't think a lot of these games are worth betting. So the first game kicking off the night tonight, you guys, is the Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. We have a total of 6.5 with the Penguins coming in as the favorite, minus 406 here on the money line. We then have the Chicago Blackhawks taking on the Buffalo Sabres. And now the Buffalo Sabres come in here as the favorite at home at minus 130. We have the Chicago Blackhawks a plus 110. Total 6.5. 7 o'clock Eastern. Also, we have the Boston Bruins taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Total 6.5 in this. Boston is the favorite on the road at minus 130, but the Maple Leafs at home at plus 110 are sitting a lot of their players. Jack Campbell will not be in goal. Austin Matthews will not be hitting the ice tonight. The Maple Leafs will be resting players going into the playoffs. The Florida Panthers take on the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal is the dog at home at plus 204. And like I said a couple of days ago, you guys, this is one I'm right away. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to sprinkle on the money line for the Montreal Canadiens to have a big night with Carey Price in goal. We have a total of 7. Not the Detroit Lions. I am already thinking about the draft tonight. Sorry about that. The Detroit Red Wings take on the New Jersey Devils. Now, this is a 7 o'clock Eastern game as well. Total of 6.5, with the Devils coming in here at minus 155 at home, plus 135 for the Red Wings. The Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers kick off at 7 o'clock Eastern, lowest total on the board at 5.5, with the New York Rangers coming in as the favorite at minus 109 at home here, minus 101 for the Washington Capitals. The Ottawa Senators and the Philadelphia Flyers kick off at 7 o'clock Eastern. We've got a pick 'em in this, minus 110 for both of these teams, and a total of 6.5. At 6:30 Eastern, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the New York Islanders. Total gone up from 5.5 to 6 in this one. Tampa coming in as the favorite on the road at minus 200, plus 170 for the Islanders. Then the Vegas Golden Knights take on the St. Louis Blues at 8 o'clock Eastern. Total of 6 in this one. Blues the favorite at minus 176. At 8 o'clock Eastern, we have the Minnesota Wild taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Now the Wild are going for something in this. They do want this win. So this is one of those games that is going to be competitive. We have minus 127 here for the Wild, a total of 6.5. The Calgary Flames and the Winnipeg Jets kick off at 8 Eastern, Calgary being the favorite on the road at minus 145, plus 125 for the Jets, and a total of 6.5. At 8:30 Eastern, we also have the Anaheim Ducks and the Dallas Stars. This is a game, you guys. If you don't need to bet it, don't bet it. We got a total of 5.5 here, with the Stars being the favorite at home. The San Jose Sharks and the Seattle Kraken then kick off at 10 Eastern. Another game which I really don't see much value in. You've got the Kraken here at -130, total of 6, plus 110 for the San Jose Sharks. 9 o'clock Eastern. Sorry, I miss the Vancouver Canucks and the Edmonton Oilers. I think Edmonton does dig deep in this. They're at -175 here on the money line, plus 155 for the Canucks, total of 6.5. And then our last game on the board is at 10:30 Eastern with the Nashville Predators taking on the Arizona Coyotes. Arizona is the dog at home, plus 196 here, -222 for the Predators. But we're going to bring in Tony Brown, see which game he wants to talk. And then you guys, we will go over the more important games, especially in this set of games tonight. Tony, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing good. Thank you. We got so many games on the board, this being the last games for so many of these teams. What you looking at?
I know game 82 came so quick. I'm sad. I love hockey. I like, besides just betting it and capping the plays, I like watching the games. And here comes the playoffs, and it'll just be the baseball summer. So here we go. Like you said, there's a lot of meaningless games out there. A lot of playoff spots already solidified. A lot of teams playing for nothing. But I mean, we still got to pick the game, and there's still money to be made. So I'm looking at that Ottawa Senators and Philadelphia game. The total set at 6.5. So automatically, I'm going to buy it up to 7. I'm going to buy that hook. So 7 ties. They're going to need 8 goals in this one to beat us. But here's the catch. Philadelphia is one of the worst goal scoring teams in the NHL. They're ranked 30th out of 31 teams. Like, they just can't put the puck in the back of the net. And the reason is they're ranked 27th in shooting it. Like, you can't win if you can't score. You definitely can't score if you can't shoot. Like, they don't even put shots on goal. It's literally a bunch of skating around all night. So I definitely don't think 8 goals is going to come nowhere into play. I mean, Ottawa, they were just shut out themselves last night, 3-0. So they're not a juggernaut on offense either. So you just got 2 teams that really don't score. And now with the last game, neither one of them are going to make the playoffs. So they don't have anything to play for. They're already looking ahead to vacation. I just don't think 2 of the worst scoring teams are going to come out and put up 8 goals on the last game of the season with absolutely nothing on the line.
Yeah, I like buying it up there. And I look at Forsberg in goal for the Ottawa Senators. I do think he is a stronger goalie. And I think it is his team that does let him down defensively. But I don't see him getting blown out of the water by the Philadelphia Flyers tonight. I actually think if we're going to see goals scored in this, it will be by the Ottawa Senators. I like them on the side here. I also like them on the puck line at -1.5 at plus 215. I think the Senators come out and get a 3-1 style win in this one.
I'm not so sure. I mean, last night they played, so this is going to be the second game of a back-to-back, so a little bit of fatigue may set in. And then, like I said, with nothing to look forward to, I see these guys on the phone in the locker room texting their agents for vacations and things of that one. I don't think they're just going to come out and be like, well, we lost last night. We didn't put up any goals, but let's blitz Philly. You know what I mean? But it could happen because Philly, they're not even going to shoot on them. And if they do shoot, they're not going to score on them. So it would only take 2 goals, maybe in a 2-0 victory to get the puck line win. I just think it's a stretch, and I don't want to do any extra gambling on 2 horrible teams. I just don't think that these 2 horrible teams can put up 8 goals to beat me, so I'm going to stick with that one.
Yeah, I do think you're good on the under in this one, especially buying it up to that 7 there. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, Tony. What do you got for sale? I hear your point, though. Why add meaningless bets today? It really
Well,
is
it's just
so
for me
true in this.
personally. You guys have been killing those prop bets. I'm just trying to stay in my lane. You know what I mean? So I don't want to just sit there and give you an analysis of why that should be good, because I don't know. I don't think it will be that good. But I mean, if I was just telling somebody on the tail bets, I'd definitely take your advice on that. But just me personally, I'm going to stick with the total.
So the kind of way I'm looking at the NHL today for my personal bets is I'm either going big or I'm staying off. So that's why I like the Ottawa Senators here on the puck line at -1.5 at plus 215. It's like, if I'm going to bet on them, I'm going to bet them to just come out and get a nice big win here for that plus money. Otherwise, I'm staying off it.
And that makes sense too. Go big or go home. And then at least in this situation, you can't be wrong twice. It's the last game. So no matter what happens, you know what I mean? It's gonna end it.
Absolutely. Okay, what do you got for sale for us today over at Pick Dogs?
Big day today. Is Friday, you know what I mean? The last day of the week, ready to get ready for the weekend. So I got 7 plays. It's only one game in the NBA. It's the lone game of the playoffs tonight, but we're all over that one. It's my NBA perfect play. And then I got a triple play from the MLB and the NHL. So you can get either one of those individually. You can get all 7 of them, whatever you want to do. We got the right plays. They're all 10-star rated, working with great trends that have cashed all year. We're all in tonight.
Nice. I love it. Bring up the NBA, the heartbreak for my Toronto Raptors. That really did me in last night. I did shed a little bit of a tear. It's a hard one to follow.
I'm not a James Harden fan, so I can't say I'm a Toronto fan or I was going for Toronto, but anytime James Harden can lose, that would have been good for me. So I'm not really excited that he moved on either.
Oh, man, I hear you on that. Well, Tony, all the best in all of your bets. Enjoy everything happening in Vegas right now. Exciting time to live there. So all the best in everything, Tony.
All right. Thanks for having me. I'm sure I'm going to see you around for the playoffs, right?
Absolutely. And we're going to run on the weekends with the playoffs and everything. So any day that you want to be on, you are more than welcome. We'd love to have you every single one.
I like being here, and anytime you're ready to have me, I'm ready to come. So let's get ready for the playoffs, and let's try to keep making everybody some money.
Okay, fantastic. We'll see you next week, Tony. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
See you next week.
Bye, Tony. Okay, guys, that was Tony Brown. Awesome to have him on this show. Fucking crazy here. We will have him back next week, and we'll be talking the playoffs. So, like I said, you guys, we're going to tread lightly today in the NHL. This being the last game, there is money to be made. But like I said, if I'm going to bet these games, I'm just going to either bet something big that I think should hit, or I'm just going to stay off it. I'm not going to play cautious like with the Ottawa Senators, taking them on the money line at -110. You know, that's probably what's going to happen. But I'd rather take them on that puck line and get a nice big win there. So let's look at a couple other games. We got the Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins here. Total of 6.5. Now I'm going to take the Columbus Blue Jackets plus 1.5 on the puck line. They've been strong on the puck line all season. We saw them get that nice win last night. They're 21-19 on the road on the puck line. Pittsburgh Penguins are 16-24 at home on the puck line. I think the Blue Jackets will do enough to keep this one tight. They have struggled notoriously against Pittsburgh, going 4-22 in the last 26 meetings there. But I think this is a 1-point game. The Chicago Blackhawks taking on the Buffalo Sabres. Now, the Buffalo Sabres are -130. The Blackhawks +110. Total of 6.5. I'm going to ride on the Buffalo Sabres here on the money line. We saw the Blackhawks come off overtime. Strong trends against the Blackhawks off overtime. They've lost their last 12 games following an overtime game in their last. So give me the Buffalo Sabres. Again, this isn't one. These last 2 games aren't one I'm rushing to the window with. I just don't see the point of betting either of these games. But if you have to, that's where I'm going. This one, I will be betting the Boston Bruins taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. I do like this game. I like Boston to come out strong in this one. Swarman is confirmed for the Boston Bruins. And now Swarman is a 23-13-3 on the season with a 2.37 goals against average. I think we're going to see a strong game out of the Bruins, especially offensively. Now, in their last 10, they've only been averaging that 2.8, but I know they can get some more goals in here. I'm going to look with no Jack Campbell for the Maple Leafs, without Austin Matthews. This team is really resting tonight, and I think the Bruins just capitalize on it. We can get their team total over 3.5 at +130, and I absolutely love it. I like that better than taking them on the money line here or the over for the game. I'm looking for the most value today, and that's how I'm betting the NHL. So give me the Boston Bruins team total over 3.5 at +130. Like I said, you guys could lean on the total over 6.5 because I do think we see goals, and I do think the Boston Bruins come out and get this win. But For myself, and this is the bets I'm going to give you, I'm going to go for the value tonight. Now, the Florida Panthers take on the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal coming in here at plus 204 on the money line, minus 246 for the Florida Panthers. I'm all over Montreal. Give me Montreal on this money line to get the win. Give me their team total over 2.5 at minus 112 as well. I think Florida, we know they are the better team. This is the last game for the Montreal Canadiens. They are ready for the playoffs, but we look at Carey Price. Now, Carey Price was out with this season with injury and so what. He's 0-4 on the season with a 4.03 goals against average. He is an outstanding goalie. I think they get a big win for him here to finish up the season. And I just think Florida is kind of coasting in. I think they will give them a hard start in this game, but I think as the game goes on, this game is Montreal's to get kind of, a fairy tale ending, a storybook ending, a good feel-good ending here for this one. Exactly. Best and worst team. We totally have that. And I just see Montreal loving to play that upset role with St. Louis in the coaching position there. So give me the Montreal Canadiens on the money line. Like I said, you guys, I'm going big or I'm not betting these games tonight. Let's look at the next one on the board. We have the Detroit Red Wings taking on the New Jersey Devils. The New Jersey Devils minus 155. The Red Wings up plus 135. And a total of 6.5. Don't love this game. Don't think you really need to bet this. The last time the Red Wings and the New Jersey Devils played, the Red Wings pulled off the win 3-0 back just April 23rd or 24th, just a couple nights ago, actually. I think if anything, we can look at the Red Wings team total over 2.5, but even with that, it's too much juice. So for me, you guys, either the over or stay off this game. I don't love it. The Washington Capitals taking on the New York Rangers. We got a total of 5.5, minus 109 for the Rangers, minus 101 for the Washington Capitals. Now, I'm just going to hit the over 5.5. I do think we see both these teams getting the goals tonight. Now, the Washington Capitals are going to dig hard to get this win tonight. They're averaging 3.7 goals per game and allowing that 3.3, while the New York Rangers have averaged 3.4 and only allowed 1.8. Their defense is absolutely outstanding. But Georgiev is expected in goal for them. He's 14, 10, and 2 with a 2.95 goals against average. I do think the Capitals get this one to go over. This is another one that I could see going to overtime at 3-3 going to overtime as well. I think we have a hard-fought battle on our hands tonight, but the over 5.5 is the best way to take it. The next game on the board is the Ottawa Senators taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. We did discuss that with Tony Brown, him buying that up to 7 and then going on the under. For myself, I got to take the Ottawa Senators on that puck line. Now, at 7:30 Eastern, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the New York Islanders. Tampa coming in here as the favorite. We saw the last game between these two teams. Tampa won just March 27th, 4-1. We have a total of 6. I'm hitting the under. The under is 3-0-1 in the last 4 meetings. The under is also 3-0-3 in the last 6 meetings in New York. I think we have a lower scoring, harder hitting game in this one. Vasilevsky is expected for the Tampa Bay Lightning. We all know he can stand on his head. Sorokin is fantastic for the New York Islanders. He has a 2.35 goals against average. Both of these teams defensively have been playing strong, especially the Tampa Bay Lightning, only allowing that 2.4 goals per game. Now, the home team has an advantage in this matchup, going 5-1 in the last 6 meetings. I could see the Islanders pulling off the upset win here at plus 170. I do think there's value, but I think the best value is taking the under 6. The Las Vegas Golden Knights are taking on The St. Louis Blues tonight. St. Louis coming in here at minus 176, plus 158 for the Knights, and a total of 6 in this. I think we can hit the over safely in this as both teams go at it hard tonight. I think we're looking at a 4-3 style game. This is another game that could go to overtime. I think, yes, Vegas is done already for the golf course, but I think we will see a lot of effort out of them for their last game of the season. Now they are averaging 3.2 goals per game and allowing that 3.1. The St. Louis Blues are averaging 4.9 and allowing that 2.8. So I'm pretty confident in, if we don't even see Vegas at their best, that the St. Louis Blues will be able to put up the majority of these goals and get us over anyway. I see them putting up 4 or 5 goals in this. So we just need a couple of goals out of Vegas. Now, Husso is expected for the St. Louis Blues. He's outstanding. He can stand on his head. 25, 6, and 6 with a 2.47. But Thompson's expected for the Vegas Golden Knights. And you guys, Vegas just hasn't been shooting well on goal. So another way I was going to look at this, and I just have to pull up the stats here or the lines here, is the St. Louis Blues team total, because this is the team that I trust in getting the majority of the goals tonight. You guys know when I like one team more to get those goals. I love playing their team total. So I think they can get these 4 goals tonight. The total is, their team totals over 3.5 at minus 102. And I think that is the best way I'm going to take this, this game here. I absolutely love it. Because we can count on 4 goals out of the St. Louis Blues tonight in front of their home crowd. I can see it happening. The next game on the board is the Colorado Avalanche taking on the Minnesota Wild. Now, the Wild need this win for home ice advantage, and I think they get it tonight. Fleury expected in goal for them, 27, 23, and 5 on the 2.87. Goals against average, this team in their last 10 is averaging 4.3 goals and allowing only 2.87. We have the Colorado Avalanche coming in here. Francois expected in goal for them, 15, 4, and 1 with a 2.52. Definitely can stand on his head as well. But in this last 10 games, the Avs have been allowing that average of 3.1. I think the Wild have the edge in this game, offensively and defensively. And I think they can get a nice solid win here. I do like the over 6.5 in this one as well. This is another game that I think could go to overtime. And when we're sending it to overtime, I do trust more in Fleury in goal for the Wild. The over is 5, 8, and 1 in the last 8 meetings between these two, 4 and 1 in the last 5 meetings in Minnesota. Definitely can see this one hitting 7. The next game up is the Calgary Flames taking on the Winnipeg Jets. Now, Calgary comes in here as the favorite at minus 145, plus 125 for the Winnipeg Jets. And you know what? This team is dead to me, the Winnipeg Jets. I think Calgary comes in and dominates in this. I think they put up a great performance, wanting to roll into the playoffs with all the confidence for their team. They are 23 and 17 on the puck line here. We're getting beautiful plus money with them here on that puck line. So that is where I'm going to go. I think just offensively, this team is way too strong, averaging 4.3 goals per game in their last 10, while the Jets have only averaged that 2.8. Calgary won the last matchup back in February 3-1. And I wouldn't be surprised with a really similar style game here as their defense dominates over the Winnipeg Jets. So give me the Calgary Flames on the puck line. The Anaheim Ducks and the Dallas Stars game, you guys, we've got the Ducks coming in here. Gibson expected in goal, 3.21 goals against average for him. Ortinger expected for the Dallas Stars. He has, this is his goals against average, a 2.54, I believe, goals against average. I'm going to stay off this game. I think if anything, we got a total of 5.5. I would probably take it under. Neither of these offensive has been very impressive, especially the Dallas Stars as of late, only averaging that 2.5. I'm staying off I don't love that game, you guys. I think it's no point to bet. The San Jose Sharks and the Seattle Kraken. Now the Kraken are the favorite here. We don't get to say that much about the Kraken. Minus 130 at home, and I think they probably should get this win. Grubauer expected in goal for them. Revenge game for the last game. The Sharks won a 3-1. I don't know. Another one, you guys. I don't love it. The Sharks are 1-5 in their last 6 versus the Pacific. They're 8-24 on their last 32, playing on that back-to-back situation. The Kraken have been stronger at home as of late, going 5-1 in their last 6 as a home favorite. They're also 5-0 in their last 5 versus teams with winning records below 400. Okay, so let's move on to the next game. I was just reading your comments. Oh, I'm sorry that you got burnt on that over with that game. That definitely was they play each other so hard. That's for sure. I just want to say hi to everyone. Thank you for joining me here on Puckin' Crazy. The next game on the board is the Vancouver Canucks taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Total of 6.5. Now, I think Edmonton comes out nice and strong in this game. I can see them covering this puck line. So I'm going to take them at minus 1.5 on the puck line to finish out the regular season nice and strong. The favorite between these two is 4-1 in their last 5 meetings. Kosonen is expected in goal for the Edmonton Oilers, 26-14-4 on the season. I think the difference here is going to be defensively. I think the Edmonton Oilers are just going to be too strong for the Vancouver Canucks. They are only allowing an average of 2.2. They're really tightening up going into the playoffs. So give me the Edmonton Oilers for a nice big win. The last game on the board is the Nashville Predators taking on the Arizona Coyotes. Now, Connor Ingram is expected for the Nashville Predators. He's 1-1 on the season with a 3.3 goals against average. We haven't seen much of him. Now, in the last 10, the Nashville Predators are averaging a 2.6 and allowing 4 goals. They defensively haven't been doing much at all. The Arizona Coyotes are averaging 2.4 and allowing that to 4.9. I think we can easily see a game that's just sloppy in this one. Give me the over 6.5. Okay, that is all of the games. I want to thank you guys. It's been a great season of Puckin' Crazy. Yeah, I can see a goal for Draisaitl here and Connor McDavid. I think Edmonton has a nice big offensive night as well as a strong defensive night. So I'd look at their shots on goal as well. That's one thing I didn't get for you guys was some prop bets for today. But we will be going into the playoffs now. We look ahead. What we're seeing right now is there is a one lonely game on Sunday. It is the Seattle Kraken taking on the Winnipeg Jets. I tell you, these teams are done. They're not happy that they are going to be playing on Sunday. We'll see what happens with that. I don't think I'll do a Puckin' Crazy. Probably release just a quick video for you guys on that game so we get it out and done before. But yeah, if those guys aren't playing, I don't know. So I think they still want to come in. I didn't look at the lineup for this game because it just looked like an easy one on the puck line. But if Connor McDavid and Draisaitl aren't in, I think the Edmonton Oilers still have a step-up game. So definitely don't prop bet them if they're not playing. But let's just see here if my book is still allowing me to put anything in on these two guys. Because if they do come out, like they probably will have limited time, but I could see them making an impact when they are on the ice. Yeah, I'm not seeing them in the lineup, you guys. So definitely don't take them. So with that being said, without those two guys in, I would probably still look at Edmonton to get the win here. We're paying a lot of juice though, so in a parlay, maybe put it. We'll see their players really step up in this game. So it'll be an interesting game for the rest of the players. I really do think we have a lot of talent on the Edmonton Oilers, even though I love to hate this team because they are rivals with my Calgary Flames. But I do still think they will come out with a nice, strong game. So let's do a quick recap. But again, thank you for being here for the regular season of Puckin' Crazy. We will be doing shows for the playoffs. I don't know if I'll adjust the time. We'll have a better idea of the goalies and everything like that earlier. So I might push this show a little bit earlier to get you guys the content sooner. Quick recap. Again, I'm not betting all of these games. When I do this recap, I will tell you the games that I like more than the other ones. So you guys can make your decisions on what you guys want to bet, what you want to tail here. But all the best in all your bets tonight. The Columbus Blue Jackets and the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm going to take the Columbus Blue Jackets plus 1.5 on the puck line. Again, if you don't have to bet this game, I don't love it. The Chicago Blackhawks and the Buffalo Sabres. I can take the Buffalo Sabres minus 130. Again, if you don't have to bet this game, I don't love this game. The Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs. I love this game. I'm going to take the Boston Bruins team total over 3.5 at plus 130. I think there's just so much value there. You then could look at the Boston Bruins on that money line at minus 130 and the over 6.5. The Florida Panthers and the Montreal Canadiens. Abso-frickin-lutely love this game. Love Montreal all day on that money line at plus 204. I also like the team total of the Montreal Canadiens over 2.5. The Detroit Red Wings and the New Jersey Devils. Don't like this game at all. If you had to do anything, I'd look at the over 6.5. The Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers. I lean on the Washington Capitals to get the win here. I think they want it more. And I lean on the over 5.5. But don't love the game. The Ottawa Senators and the Philadelphia Flyers. I'm going to take the Ottawa Senators big on the puck line at minus 1.5 at plus 215. The Tampa Bay Lightning and the New York Islanders. I lean on the under 6 in this one. If I had to take a side, I think the Islanders could pull off the upset. The Vegas Golden Knights and the St. Louis Blues. Give me the St. Louis Blues here to get a nice win. I'm going to look at their team total like we did on the show over that 3.5. I'm actually going to put that bet in after I'm done here. I do think the St. Louis Blues have a 4-goal game against this Vegas Golden Knights team. I think we could count on Vegas to get a couple of goals for us and push us over 6. The Colorado Avalanche and the Minnesota Wild. I think the Wild need this win. I love them here in the spot at home with Fleury in goal. Give me the Minnesota Wild, and then I lean on that over 6.5. The Calgary Flames and the Winnipeg Jets. You guys, you know I'm a little biased towards my Calgary Flames, but I do think they come out and they cover this puck line over the Winnipeg Jets. So give me the Calgary Flames minus 1.5 on the puck line here. Like I said, strong team on the puck line. The Anaheim Ducks and the Dallas Stars. A stay away game for me. I'm not touching it whatsoever. I don't even have an opinion total wise, under 5.5. I think both of these offenses have been playing terrible. So I would take the under. The San Jose Sharks and the Seattle Kraken. If you have to bet it, it's ugly money. Ugly money still makes money, though. You could take the Seattle Kraken. I have to even laugh saying that because I haven't recommended taking the Seattle Kraken very much this season. But they might be finishing off the season strong. But at minus 130, really? Stay off it, you guys. The Vancouver Canucks and the Edmonton Oilers. I still think even with Edmonton arresting some players, they're going to come in strong here. Vancouver is it's Vancouver. I think Edmonton gets a nice big puck line win. So I'm going to take the Edmonton Oilers minus 1.5. And then the Nashville Predators and the Arizona Coyotes. Again, not a game I love. Over 6.5, I think is the best way to take that game. But you guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, I'm so glad I'm not just a pretty face, Neil. That would be terrible. But thank you for that compliment. I do appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here for Puckin' Crazy. Like I said, on the weekend, we've only got the one regular season game left. Seattle Kraken, Winnipeg Jets. I'll put out some sort of video. I'll label it Puckin Crazy so you guys look for it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you do get that. Appreciate you guys and have a fantastic day. Keep smiling and you know the drill. Let's make some Puckin money tonight. Bye, guys. The show's not ending. I hit the end button and it's just, it's going over.